Interesting. So can you tell us about some of the chemical reactions that you're seeing that are initiated by light?
Um, so that's it's an interesting question. And, you know, um, we're, I want to think about how I want to answer this. Because again, we haven't published a lot of our work yet. So I
Okay.
have to be careful I can't disclose too many specifics yet. But generally, right, what's known in the literature, and we've seen the same thing, is under intense illumination, you can see pigments break down. I put out pigment yellow 77, for example. There's a very nice detailed study that shows it can break down into a variety of photo products. One of the challenges, though, with all of the studies that are out there is they're all done in what we would call non-aqueous solvents. So they're not done in water, right? So it's more akin to what you would use for like paint thinner than, say, trying to mimic the environment of the human body. And so we're not clear right now how much that work translates over to to um, to a human model. There is some really nice work out of Germany that has demonstrated, I think, with a couple of red pigments, the formation of some photo products in the skin. Generally, what happens, right? You can think about, pigment molecules as sort of being large, large sort of molecules with sort of distinct sections kind of stitched together. And that's what gives it the light. And so what sort of seems to happen is it'll kind of break apart, into the sort of building blocks. But of course, in a biological environment, you have proteins, you have lots of stuff kind of floating around, and it's not clear where all that chemistry is going. And so we're trying to follow it out. And so at the moment we've been looking at, taking systems that people have looked at outside of water, seeing what's happening there, and then trying to now do it in water and seeing what it breaks down into. The problem is it doesn't go from one thing to another thing. It goes from one thing to 16 things, and it takes a while to break those 16 things down and figure out, what's different about this component versus that component, because they can be kind of similar. So we're getting there, but we don't have a totally clear picture yet. And we eventually want to start looking at what happens when you throw some model proteins in there. Can you start sticking these things to proteins? Where do they go?
Sure. How relevant do you think it would be to study people who have had tattoos over time? Is there a way to, I know that you're working on the skin and things like that, but how valuable would that information to be to someone like you?
So